What's up? What's up? For those of you tuning in on YouTube, remember to check out the disclaimer. All right. Remember that day trading is, of course, risky business. Risky business indeed. So, okay. So, remember, copy trading does not work. Remember that you should not use money that you cannot afford to lose, which is always a big one. It's best to trade with disposable income. Cash that if it goes away today, it means nothing to your life. All right. Always good to come and touch up on the disclaimer every now and again so that everyone remembers, especially for the newer people. The people who are here every day, they know what it is. But the newer traders, all right, keep in mind that day trading is risky business. Okay, so I'll put up the scans here for a quick sec. NTHI, I was hoping it would sustain and hold up, but you know, right back down, bit of a pop and drop. So that leaves me, I'd say here, with two. And that's SOAR. And the other one is CLDI. Although this one is sub $1. It's at 95 cents. Kind of close to the level there of one, but as you guys know, with these platforms outside of like Schwab and E-Trade and so forth, there's a lot more fees when you're trading sub $1. I mean, I don't mind still taking some good trades. It just depends on the setup. But I wouldn't want to overtrade these areas. It has to be some nice, sweet moves, big breakouts, short time frame. You know, if we're not seeing what we love for our strategy, I don't even want to bother, right? I want to only trade the best, leave everything else. Trade the best, leave the rest, as the saying. So, CLDI, we'll see. But I definitely have my eye on SOAR as well. It is down a little bit off the highs. Pre-market highs up there at 275. I'm going to clear my drawing set here. Time, it's 19. So we got 11 minutes to the open. 275 pre-market high. We've been holding up lows around 215. Currently around 228 and below the VWAP right now. So we're not in the most bullish of areas, is what I'm noticing here right away. You know, yesterday there were some pricier stocks. Still seems like some of those might be in play on the scans here today. Yesterday we saw, in my opinion, some of the better follow through from stocks in a while. You know, we've gotten so used to seeing a stock give a range. We get to the higher side of the range and then we make a new low, right? And this could be like $1 a share move up and then the dip just dips $1.50 rather than holding up maybe a 50% retracement and then a continuation, right? So, you know, we'll see if yesterday was just like a fluke day in terms of momentum, or is it momentum that we're going to keep seeing here moving forward? For me, that's the question, because if there's nothing today holding up, that I'm going to do taking it easy and not overstay at all. So, you know, what will it be is a question I have here right now. AEHL. Let me take a look at this one. As it's moving on up. AEHL. Will this be a stock to keep an eye on here? 657 pre-market highs. Looks like that's all this one wrote. It needs to get back above 560. Titanic. What time is it? It's 21. Okay. So NTHI sold off. I'll write up the watch list here. For those of you on YouTube, I'm apologizing because you guys will not be able to see my P&L as I'm going. I don't have any issues showing my P&L. It's just that I'm still not able to duplicate the window. So we got back to 590 there. Watching SOAR. The other one was CLDI. CLDI. And then we also had, let's double check here. NTHI sadly sold off. Titanic. Also having a little bit more space on the screen with all the active trader. I actually can see more of the chart, you know. Well, yeah, so I guess there's only really just two that I'm really interested in. AEHL I'll add to the list just in case it's in case it holds up. If you're tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up. And by the way, if you guys see those fake ads, YouTube, so in this situation with the people stealing the ads, stealing the content and running ads, YouTube is not going to do nothing. That's what they're telling me in the emails, sadly. This thing is just, it's kind of frustrating because it should be so easy for them to take care of this issue. But what they're basically telling me is that as I see the ads, I'll have to report the ads. So this is where I'm going to ask the community for some help. You know, anytime you guys are to see the fake ads that are being stolen of the Team House content, kindly, if you do have the time, report it. I think in the bottom right or bottom left, there's a section there to be able to report the ads. YouTube and Google, sadly, are no help. Like they emailed me again. I emailed them again yesterday. They sent another email back, and it's like the same thing, which is, hey, once you see those ads, report it. Versus them just going into their back end, seeing who's targeting my channel, utilizing my own content for ads. It should be so easy to do too, because they allow you, like if I wanted to, I can go and run ads on Ross's channel or Tim Sykes' channel or Humble Trader's channel. They allow you to do that. So it should be so easy for them to see in their back end who is running ads on my channel and then using my own content to just ban those people out of their system. Instead, it's like, hey, as you see those videos, report it. Like, how terrible of a company or system is that, Like, how terrible of a system is that? It's pretty sad, really. I'm going to call them out. Maybe it helps. I don't know, but I'll call them out. Okay, so AEHL seems to be holding up. You know what's crazy too? So, like someone there saying, Gus is saying it's maybe about the money. What's crazy is that I tried to run ads with these same type of content like, a while ago. And you know what will happen? They will deny all of them and say like this content may be misleading. This content may be like in the line of get rich quick. And then they'll like deny me of running all those ads. And so it's just interesting to see how there's someone scamming people and running these ads now, and there's like no problem for them. It's just, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like you can't make this stuff up. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. Is this a real? Is this like real? Is it even real? But anyhows, be careful. I'm gonna post a video to all the platforms today, to inform even more people to be careful with it, and then keep trying from there. So AEHL, are we holding up? We got highs at 657, lows around 5. Let me turn on the recording here. By the way, if you're tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're tuning in on YouTube. By the way, I can shout out the stream in the chat. I didn't do that. I can. Just in case anybody's like wondering. Yeah, I think I'll watch this one. I mean, SOAR, it's a little bit more. I'd say this one is more fresh, right? SOAR might be a little bit more on the staler side in terms of the action here. So with a minute to the opening bell, looking to be disciplined, still in trader rehab, not looking to be a hero because we saw good momentum yesterday, right? We still need to see confirmation here today. And if we do, I'm willing to put just a little bit more size. Yesterday we stayed at 600 shares and we did pretty well. So, as long as the opportunities are there, we can definitely, look forward to some good trading. But if it's slow, we want to just, reserve our capital, or let's say preserve our capital and our ammunition. That way, if something comes up later, we still feel fresh and we don't tire ourselves out on nonsense. So AEHL, what will it be here early? 10 seconds. $65 for highs. The volume definitely a little lighter here so far. The halt up is at 595, which is fairly close. So AEHL definitely has some opportunity here, but it's a little thinner. It's kind of, big range. The halt level is so tight here. It looks like it'll get halted up. I could have been more active earlier, but I think it's fine so far. So SLRX, which is called out here in the chat, that one is halted up and will resume in a couple of minutes here. It'll resume first. It's at 177. Could be interesting. So I'm like asking myself right now, is this halt up confirmation? The range earlier, I think there were some trades there for sure, right? We're now halted up. I want to lean a little bit more towards it being stronger, but I don't want to go like full force just yet. Still gonna keep it smaller size. $37.10 for SLRX, and then AEHL will be at 37.49 for resumption. 20 seconds to SLRX. No trades there for me. AEHL coming up. It looks like it's 10 minutes. And then the other one is halting up again. It's saying 620 resumption price. We have 3 minutes 36 seconds. AEHL. Don't forget, if you're tuning in on YouTube, to hit that thumbs up. We do appreciate it. Also, be careful of the fake ads. YouTube, sadly, is no help. What they're telling me is that I'll have to report the ads as I see them. So this is where I definitely am asking the community for some help. As you guys see those fake ads, you can go ahead and report them if you have the time. But again, it's pretty sad that they can't just quickly take care of this in their back end. Two minutes, 36 seconds to resumption. Yeah, of course, remember that day trading is risky as well. Day trading is risky. Do not use money that you cannot afford to lose. Remember, my results are not typical. And be careful of impersonating accounts and fake ads. Stolen content being run with ads on YouTube and Meta, sadly. Crazy world we're living in these days. Minute 55 seconds to resumption. The halt levels are kind of tight on this one though, but you know, if we see some good opportunities. So far, so good, I'd say. I could have definitely played around with some smaller size at the lows, but so far, so good. $43.18 for the other one, SLRX. A little over a minute. A little over a minute. Well, a little less than a minute, rather. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We're at 6:01. We'll see how it does. Here we go. My average is kind of high here. I might have missed that dip. I'm holding with an average of 85, but can we pull away? It's struggling. All right, I'm gonna ease off and wait a little bit. I think it's having a bit of trouble. Not as clean as I would like. Some choppy trades there. What's the highs? Like 30 something? Oh, I forgot about the other one. SLRX. Salting down 47. Well, that wasn't great. We didn't really get much out of that. So again, not quite what we needed. And I missed the resumption on SLRX, which looks like it gave a good dip. Opportunity will cost. Okay, SLRX a little bit more thickly traded, and the halt levels are also tight. However, the last pullback here was pretty good, and it held up nicely right here. So I, looking at the wrong stock. So far, keeping it tight, down $30. Still flat, just waiting. Chinese liquidation. STAI. Let me double check this resumption. We got 2 minutes, 20 seconds. So right now, just taking it slow, looking to manage risk and not be overly aggressive. Waiting to get something good. I mean, I guess SLRX has been good, but we haven't been looking at it, so there's that. Don't forget as you're tuning in to hit the thumbs up. Again, I still got to work on getting my my P&L on the screen here, like maybe like bottom right or something. It hasn't been great figuring everything out. We got 1 minute 15 seconds, but this is the screen that I'm looking at is up here, right? This is what I'm looking at right now as I'm trading. So there's 1 minute and 6 seconds to the resumption, and a couple of trades here with small size on this side here. You can see the log. So resumption is coming up in 56 seconds. Surprisingly, my DAS on Guardian doesn't show the countdown, which is interesting. So I'm still using my old DAS as well on the side. 40 seconds, and we're currently at 230 SLRX. Let me just see here quickly. 1, 2, we did have some pullback there, but it's a third one, so we got to be careful. It's definitely a little bit more extended. We did have that pullback just now, which is good, but 13 seconds. 3, 2. Oh, shoots, I got the wrong freaking thing over here. What am I doing? It's halting down, though. Jeez, I'm slacking. It's halting down, so not bad. View off, though, at 241. This is where I'd hope we're not, like, backside, of course, and that this is a strong pullback here to then recover and then curl back up is what I'd hope. We shall see. And again, this is a part of the problem when the halt levels are so tight is that, you know, you're not really getting candlesticks to let the pattern develop. It's just more halts. It could be a good thing sometimes, but so STAI definitely thickly traded down here at 105. I'm not interested in this one only because I'm not going to see quick moves in a short amount of time. So I'm going to leave it alone. STAI. Oh, hold up. I'm looking at the level 2. Hold up. What was that 04 to 09 in like 3 seconds? All right. Okay, I'll give this one a look. And it can move, which is what I need to see. DRRX. DRRX. I thought this one was a buyout, so I didn't put it on the watch list. Okay. How do I duplicate this? Or I'll just open up another one. Okay, let's see. Man, STAI is going. So I'm missing that one here. DRRX. DRRX, we got 3 minutes. STAI. That was a nice move right there. Up to 116. It's actually moving fairly well. We got a minute to resumption on SLRX. I think STAI would have been nice to trade, but I kind of like, you know, watching at the halts here. So SLRX coming up 40 seconds, and then 2 minutes after that, we'll have DRRX. All right, here we go. 15 seconds. I tried to dip, small loss, and I'm back out. We got a minute to resumption on the other one. I'm long at like 92, out at like 87, 86. We got DRRX coming up in the next 45 seconds. It's halted up at 254 here. Let me pull it over quickly. It's switching. 33 seconds. $33 seconds. Oh, 20 seconds now. DRRX halted up at 254. Seems like it's only halted stocks today. Okay, we have 3 seconds. We had a seller we pushed through, but no go. Trying again, 45, tight stop. Alright, I'm going to ease off of this one here as well. I was a little slow to give that move there, but okay. 62. Oh, man. No bueno on the RRX. The halt down's at 37. It didn't halt down there, which is interesting. The highs are at 64. It has potential. It has potential, but you know, a little tricky in the range. I'm getting some pretty bad fills actually. Did I get out? Okay, I did. Yeah, that wasn't great. A bit of chop. Took some losses there. Tried 40, got filled 44. And that is halting down. How about SLRX? Resumption should be close. It's 20 seconds away. And it's at 185. SLRX. I still think we could see a red to green, but you know, got to be careful in case it is backside and the VWAP was the highest we were going to go. Wow, not bad. 88 is the halt up, but it pulled back so much, man. It's a devastating pullback, really. The halt is at 90 for SLRX. I don't know. I think it might have pulled back too much, and it might be on the weaker side. So, unless STAI takes off, maybe that's it. Sidelines for now until something else comes. SLRX halting up at 90. If it resumes over 2 is where it could really be interesting. Coming back over to STAI. I think this one has been decent. The halt up here is at 134 for STAI. 2 minutes 30 seconds to the resumption on SLRX. Can we see over 25? There's 18. It's coming down. 16. That resumption is 1 minute 19 seconds. So SLRX potential red to green here. Although we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be strong. STAI fighting for back over 18. "26 seconds to resumption." Yeah, back over 18. But I'm watching this resumption here. 14 seconds. 290 or 190 rather. Long at 93 and unwinding some right there. I might add back over 6. And the add back, not gonna do it. See, he's gonna go, but it's gonna chop me out. What was that, 7? And then back to 01. So I got chopped out at like 4. A halt up is at 15. SLRX. Or I gotta double check my hotkeys because what are some of these fills? I think it's looking decent, but it's definitely having some resistance. Time. Is the breakout worth it? Perhaps. Time. I'm gonna get a small loss there. Tried 94, out at 91. Is the writing on the wall? Writing could be on the wall here for a slower day. We're at $50 and not able to make progress. In the blender. STAI. I mean, this one, I if I had watched this one, I think I could have made money on it, right? But kind of all over the place. Never really got to dial in. In fact, let me check something here. Quick setup. Shift is shift is bid control shift. Okay. Yeah, STAI, man, ripping to the moon. This was the one all along. Searching for what was right in front of us. Is there still going to be more? Maybe. You know, back in the days, on a slower start to a day, I'd say the night is still young. But these days, if there's nothing, there's probably going to be nothing, right? But we'll see. Maybe there's something here. Maybe STAI can keep going. Maybe 150, 160, 170. As long as 141 is not high of day. And we can make new highs. So there's 2 minutes, 5 seconds to resumption, and MACD is looking good. Looking good. The MACD. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube to hit the thumbs up. Right now we're at 55.99 and just waiting for some better opportunities. Waiting for some better opportunities. SLRX is still fighting. How many viewers do we have? We got 566, highs of 640s. Resumption is 35 seconds out. SGD moving up a bit. Here we go. Okay. 40, 39. It might hold down if it comes down. Well, 130 though, so it's pretty low. Tried for the red to green there at 40 and at 41 out at 40. I don't know, man. I think the writing might be on the wall that it is slow. It's back over 40 again. Yeah, I'm on the sidelines. AEHL took a beating, man. Look at that. That one took a beating. So STAI slow grind to 45, 47. Jeez. There's a new 5-minute candlestick here. SGD. Okay. SGD. The halt is at 67. This one could be good if it holds up. Highs are at 62. Halt up 74. I got SGD on the other screen, but I'll pull it up in a sec. Time 32. This dip better hold up, brother. Was that low? 45 time 33. Will we recover for SGD? I gotta pull it on screen. Oh, I sold too soon. I sold 55. I mean, my average was pretty high. My average was 50, so I mean that's fine. I bought the dip too early. Although I was scaling in, maybe I could have took more size lower, but probably would have ended up with a massive position. A bit of a double top there. A bit of a double top at 63. The stock is not moving as quick as I would like in some areas, but there's some opportunity. It looks looks like my other order entry is working. I just gotta fix it. So, what about a positions window? I wonder. I gotta. I should. I'll set it up when I'm done. It only shows though once I'm in a trade, which I guess is good enough. I don't know. Today it just seems like it's not the day, you know? Yeah, it's not the day today. Red 138. And not really seeing any smooth opportunities. So it could be a place to maybe take it easy. Check the scans again here. Check the other stocks to see if they held up. Man, AEHL, man. Maybe wait on the momentum a little bit. Yeah, I'm thinking it's time to maybe walk away. Keep it tight. So again, yeah, that's so yesterday, right? It's like yesterday is how last year looked almost every day, right? In terms of momentum and opportunity. Today, did we see some action? Yeah, but the momentum is not as clear and obvious as to which stock is strong. You got multiple halts, and then if you're not really in the right place, you can, maybe miss the opportunity. So the question was, are we going to see strong, sustained momentum? I guess we can say yes and no. right? Depending on what you were looking at and what time. But it definitely wasn't as obvious as yesterday in terms of, hey, this is the stock, then okay, this one died, and this is the next one. The momentum is just everywhere and nowhere. Stocks moving up, but then not clean. You know, VCIG not looking like much here. My charts are lagging a little bit. Yeah, down 130. 138. Down 138. Not really anything else for now, so sidelines. I'm going to check the chat again just to see if anything else is getting called out. Yeah, it's time to ease off. SF is hilarious, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut it down. Something else hitting. But when I look back at a day like yesterday, and knowing that that was happening most days last year, it's like, why didn't I use way more size? Why didn't I go to like 20K size on these stocks? Like, what was I thinking? Not going to the extremes. We could have tripled or quadrupled our year easily with just an extra zero at the end of the buy button. AEO and others moving up, but not much. Let me check the YouTube chat. On the year, it's been a tragic year. 50K on the year. Quite tragic. Last year, this time we're already up like 200,000 or something. Quite the tragic year. Now I'm making a Burger King drive-through money. Yeah, I'm kind of finished on the day here. I mean, we'll see. If something kind of comes, could be good, but if not, taking it slow. Yeah, there's some quick questions there. Let's see if there's anything else coming up. I mean, I have other income, but still like trading income. I'd like it to be at a certain place, especially thinking I was going to make like over 1 million this year, right? It's quite the difference in what I was expecting. Quite the opposite. However, we've done so well that I don't have any issues, but there's still an opportunity cost, and even days like yesterday, it makes me feel like you want to respect the trader we have, and this is what trading is, right? Discipline and all around being sound. A day like yesterday when it's slow today, it's like, man, maybe I should have just pushed it and just went crazy with the size, right? But you're trying to stick to discipline, trying to play the long game, and so we want to be one way, right, and not seesawing all over the place. But it's the right thing to do, right? Slow and steady, and then when we do start to see some cleaner opportunities, we know what to expect. Right? I know. I mean, I'm right now I'm in cruise control. I'm just waiting. The day the fire is turned back on for real. The day the fire is turned back on, we will all know, and it'll be so obvious. And those are going to be the days. The days for us to go crazy here. Set new records. Record months, record weeks. Like I've made more in like 1 month than I have on this entire year, right? Like that's kind of what this field could be. Some other traders have experienced it. Some others still been able to see some good green. Yeah, people are saying only 11K, What a monster, man. I don't know, like I guess some people might say I'm delusional, right? But I still think there's room for us to be better than Ross one day, to surpass him. I think once you can see yourself making progress, anything is possible, right? If you can go from $10 a day to 100, then it must mean it's possible to go from 100 to 1,000, from 1,000 to 10,000, from 10,000 to 100,000. But if you're to the point where the strategy cannot be scaled anymore, then that's where you can have like limitations. But for sure, in like last year's market, we could have easily put more size. Sometimes the tools you're using also matters, right? They're also making 3 million a month. Yeah, and I guess we're always all of us are individually trying to chase down our best lap times, right? Trying to make progress in that way. It's like once you did it once, you can do it again. Like the day that I made 26,000 was a day where I didn't really push size or anything. Like the stocks just kept going, So I just kept trading all day. I remember I've had other days. February of last year was interesting for real because there's days where I'm up like 10,000 and I'm going outside to shovel snow for like 3 hours. Like what am I thinking here? It's like this day could have been doubled or tripled. And I'm outside shoveling the snow for myself and like 5 other neighbors because, I'm there feeling like I need to move away from the screens. Like I had like a slight headache. It's like, bro, just take in a leave, a Titanol, whatever you got, and just keep trading. And push it to the limits. We also had some crazy penny stocks too in like October, November. I mean that was also pretty crazy. Yeah, we're gonna shut it down in like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get out of here. I don't compare myself to anybody, but it's more so motivation, encouragement, right? It's like I can't know somebody else traded the same stock I traded, and they're up $1 million today. It means that there's things I can learn, right? That's how I look at it. Throughout your own review sessions, study sessions, group study sessions, and watching and reading up on material, there's things you can learn and improve on. Yeah, Pete, we took a couple trades today, down 130 on the day. Slower day today. Sometimes you gotta be delusional, man. You gotta have an unbreaking and unbending confidence. It's the only way, even to take on a field like this, because doing this in itself is risky, right? Starting a business tomorrow, it's gonna be risky. But if you're looking for something specific, and only a business can give you that thing, then you got to be willing to accept the risk and put in the time. Nothing more, nothing less. And my stomach is going crazy because I didn't eat anything today. Nah, nothing moving. Stocks that are like on the lows curling up a little bit. Maybe VAPE. Let's see. It looks like it's lighter volume, higher price. I mean, there's like a small pop right here, but STAI and others that hit. It's just a little slow right now. STAI gave a curl off the lows. I definitely could keep an eye for entries like this still. Like this bear flag breakout here. A bit of a double bottom. These aren't bad trades to still keep an eye out for. Then we get another small consolidation here. And it goes up, and then a little bit more of a chop this time, but yeah, but like I said, not like comparison, like directly like that. That doesn't make any sense. Everyone is walking a different path, right? There's a lot of variables that go into this field. Too many to list really, but motivation, encouragement, things like that. I've met traders already who are bigger than guys like Ross, like in terms of just trading games. You know, it's always encouraging. Normal guys that you'll walk right past on the street. Normal guys. So just a heads up, the Mighty's channel is kind of cooked right now. All right, in other news. So if you're also watching Mighty, his channel is in the depths right now, and he'll resume within another week or two, probably on his second channel. I suck at trading. I always lose. I'd say size down is the biggest thing you can do. As you're going through the learning curve, you can control how much money you do lose, and so you can do that by using smaller size. You know, instead of losing $50 a day, $10 a day, whatever the amount might be, it can be dropped down to cents. You know, maybe you lose 10 cents a day, which can then prolong the time you have in the market as you learn. Sometimes you do have to get over your own ego or pride, because it might seem like it doesn't make sense to do that, but when you zoom out, it does. It gives you more longevity, and then when you do start to turn around and see more consistency, when you do start to size back up, the hole that you're in is not as deep, and you can climb out of it quickly to then, make new highs. Like I haven't really lost any money. Like, I mean, I've lost 10,000 off the top, but it's like 10,000 is not any kind of money. The 1 minute trader dialing it in. Dialing it in. You gotta make sure to also keep an eye on like your emotions, because you can use small size today and then size back up tomorrow if you allow yourself to, like if you kind of go against the plan. Maybe you're using 10 shares today, and then tomorrow you're back to like 5,000 shares because maybe you're not fully bought into the plan. So you got to be careful of that as well. You got to be careful of revenge trading. Like trading really out of revenge, like you want to make it back, and then you take more losses, and then so you use more size, and so be careful of that, and be careful of averaging down as well. Buying the stock lower, hoping that it curls up. The key is to always remember before you get into the trade that you should have a profit target and a stop loss. When you have that in mind before getting in, you can find yourself having like, less improvise like and sporadic like state of mind when it comes to getting out. When you know where you should be getting out if the trade doesn't work, it makes it easy to get out when the entry doesn't play out. But if you just buy and not know where you should be getting out, then you can end up being in a trade longer than you need to be, and you can take losses. So keep that in mind at all times. All right, it's getting closer to 11 a.m. Another 2 minutes, and we're out of here. Yeah, I just mentioned there that the Mighty is in the depths for now, and he'll be back on his second channel in about a week. You guys want me to FaceTime him? Let me know who in the team house you want me to FaceTime right now. We can FaceTime anyone. Tim, so you guys can check out Tim in the chat room here. I'll show you guys the chat room here. I'll stop my recording here as the day is kind of closing down. And let's see. I'll show you guys. I think Tim said he was up 500 and then went to max loss. So Tim says today minus 2.5K, a complete joke. I think he went green to red, so he's like frustrated with the day because he didn't stop early enough. Big Steve, as usual, you know, the voice of reason to always keep everyone calm. Phoebes, small green today. Gus had a nice day, 2,700. And then let's see. Hollis, small red. Jackson had a bigger loss today. Alice saying crap day. Kept it tight. And the list goes on. Dynasty saying kind of fumbled. Slower to react at times, but up 790 today. Nicely done. All these pink names are students. Shout out to the students. Zay had a nice day today. Shout out to Zay. And by the way, Zay, man, Zay has officially turned the corner. And I think like 3 weeks ago now, maybe a month ago, I was telling him, you know, put a little bit more size because he's been, you know, $200-300 a day, you know, consistently. And anytime you can make money consistently, even if it's just $50 a day, it means that you're connecting well. You know what you're doing now. You can slowly put more size. So over time, even Zay, you're going to see this 1K is going to become 2K and then 5. And then, you know, on hotter days, 10K, right? So shout out to the team. You got some people using simulators as well. And you know, shout out to the community, right? The community is as strong as ever. SGD pushing up some more. Right now it's pretty late, so most people have left out from the chat room in here, but you know, you'll have people going till 4 p.m. Yeah, so here Tim was saying I easily blew 500. So, you know, of course that'll happen when you get a little frustrated, right? When you had a nice green day and then you kind of push it a little too much. So for the people asking about Tim and these other guys, they're here every day. You know, you can always message anyone in the chat or just tune in to see how they're doing and what's going on and so forth. We definitely, I'll say this, we definitely need to do more voice channels. I mean, we used to do them like every day religiously for like 2 years on end. And then we cooled off a little bit. That's where like 20, 30 people, most people will have their mics muted. We'll do like push to talk, right? Where you're like unmute your mic, mute your mic, things like that. We'll have like 30 people in one chat just kind of hanging out. You know, we always make sure to mention to not try to copy blindly someone's call out. It's just like how I'm live streaming here, right? Like I'll say, hey, XYZ looks good. I'm looking at it here. So you don't blindly copy anyone's trade, but you know, you're kind of in there, you hear a call out. If you'd like to set up for, if you're a student, you know, we know what we're looking for. But if you're not a student and you're in there and, you know, it's aligning with what you look for, then it's a trade you can look at, right? If it's something you're not going to trade, then you're not going to trade it. So there's no FOMO in there whenever we do those. But, you know, it's always good to hang out. And whenever it's slow like this, usually the conversations will go in whatever direction. And it's usually pretty good. You learn a lot of life things. And we've met some great people. We've met people, you know, who are really big in real estate in there. And here in the chat room, they'll tell us a lot of things, right? A lot of good tips and how they're managing their business. I mean, we've learned so much. There's some smaller things. We're never, you know, like giving professional advice, but people will share information with what they have going on. I mean, we've had some of those even on the live stream. I'd go live and then go in there, but not as much recently. Maybe tomorrow we jump in there and hang out a little bit. Yeah, I'm Marcelo. So I can. These guys can come on at any time. Honestly, even some of the students too who are willing to. I just haven't really reached out to. I haven't really reached out to any students to do it, but the other traders in the community, they can come on. I think a lot of people though, they wouldn't mind doing it like once or twice, but I don't think a lot of people would want to do it prolonged because when you're live, there's like security stuff you got to be careful of. Like some people, they don't even have the privacy mode turned on. They just, everything is showing account balance, account number. You got to like be careful when putting in passwords, logging in, logging out. HWH. If this one doesn't look good, I'm out of here. Not really looking for trades, but just checking it out to see if it's looking good. Could be a good dip down there, 85. $7K. What I'm more interested in some of the people who are like here in this space, like I'm honestly a little bit more interested in like their portfolios. Like, if you're doing so well for so long, like just imagine how insane the portfolio has to be. Because I've seen some good success and it's like, bro, I've only been here like a short time. So just imagine like these insane portfolios. $220 is the highs. The dip did recover from 85. There's resistance here. Let's see if I go short at 20 here. Stop, let's say like an 8-cent stop. Will we double top reject? There's 26. Nope. It's pushing up. No double top there. Boy, it's not really pulling away though. It needs to get over like 35. So it's still having trouble. I would have stopped out short though, over like 30 for sure. But it got to 36 and back down. Can we see 38, 40, 50? It's like this stock is like close to being good, but I don't think it's there like all the way. Okay, 40. There are some smaller bids coming in, but there's definitely some selling though because we're seeing some, fair bids coming in and it's not quite pushing up there. I don't know if it'll get there. I mean, again, it's like close to being really good, but this might just be what this one is. Okay, 38. Big push there. Okay, okay, okay. Rip through 50. Fly then, fly. I'm not even in, but if it can fly, that'll be great. Time. There's a new candle in less than a minute. What was the pre-market high? Come on. 60, 60. Dang, it would not dip there. Is it worth it over 60? That push was decent for sure. I'm not getting to take size. It's like I'm wanting it a little lower, so I'm not really going out size. Time. 17. All right, over 67. Will we see it? This should be it. Can we see through 67? Oh, and that was a terrible fill and a terrible trade too. I tried above 70 for continuation, no good. Well, I had a bunch of great trades there with small size and a loss with big size at the highs. So flat between all those trades, sadly. But I wasn't taking the dip with size because I was looking for a little lower initially, like earlier in the pullback. We ended up getting 45 later, I think on like the third, fourth candle. This is where I want to ease off and wait just in case we get backside here because we had no reason to not go over 70. Turned out to be a little better than I would have thought, but I think the stock is still strong, which is why I'm still looking at it, but I'm waiting. I think this will probably. Well, oh, never mind. Okay. Can we get through 75? I was about to say it's going to come down because we just rejected 60 there. But big buying out of nowhere. Come on. Bro, like right there, I was just hoping it would just dip a little more so I can just go crazy. But freaking thing doesn't want to dip to like 55, brother. What was that, 60? If it doesn't hold here, then it's finished. It needs to hold like 50, 55, or its backside. Big levels, big levels. That's my assumption. It's going to turn out to be a good dip. All right, can we see another pullback? The high is there, 91. It's actually starting to move pretty well, but I'm gonna take. I gotta take a little bit more size. A little too much churning. Man, I'm getting some terrible fills, bro. Like that right there is unacceptable. Can we see over 80? I'm holding from 69. Can we see over 80? 90 for highs. Can we see over 90? Wait, what? Wait. Bro. Definitely not loving my fills. These quicker trades are definitely some... Time. I don't know if I must have hit the wrong hotkey at some point or something because... El Pastor should have been massive. Massive green. Maybe I did hit the wrong hotkey at some point. It's possible. I don't know. I thought the break of 3 should have happened already, but... It's like I look back here, I'm flat on the stock, and in my mind, I'm up at least 500, so... That's not good. I gotta look through each trade to see if I like made a mistake with my hotkeys or something. Because we had some sweet trades in there. Yeah, like I'm noticing some crazy fills. I think that maybe that's might have been what it was. Like it's interesting. Let me see. It's struggling through 3 here though. It should push through. Has everything it needs to go to 310, 320 maybe. I'm about to shut it down though because I thought I was like nicely green and I'm not. Frustrating there. I'm gonna walk away. I'm right where I was when I started looking at this thing, so shutting it down. So tomorrow again. Tomorrow I might be streaming pre-market. I might stream a little pre-market tomorrow. Uh, so keep an eye out. I'll probably start that at like 7:20 though. If I do, 7:20 a.m. But yeah, I'm gonna shut it down. Red 130. Actually, no, red 170. Looking back up here. So HWH. Thought I was green on it nicely, but I mean, I knew I had some like scratch trades, but I it looks like my fills were terrible because I wasn't like, I was like in a 2 cent spread. So that's kind of tragic there to see. We did get some nice trades though, but I think down there at 150, or was it 250? At 250, we could have used more size on the pullback. We had the pullback all the time. We were in every time, but just not with size because we were looking for lower, like sub 50. So took losses on the breakout at 75 with size. So that put us back to flat. We were still green like 200 on it, even with the small size. And then took losses with size. So back to square one, back to flat. But shutting it down. So stay safe, stay green. Can't believe those fills, brother. That is crazy. No, 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 no. I haven't. Let me check something. I haven't hit my P&L. Is the fact that I can't get another window. This window is what I'll have to use tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have this window. I'll have a P&L window there tomorrow. Honestly, if I'll be honest, on I think like the last 3 trading days, I haven't like after the day was done, I left. I haven't like done anything software wise. So when I tried to figure out how to like get the P&L on the screen, I kind of didn't really figure it out. But I did figure it out now. Or let's say I guess I did figure it out but didn't realize. So this P&L window here, let me drag it on. Let me show you guys. This is the only one I can use, but sadly it doesn't show unless I'm like in a trade. Like let me buy it right here, right? Like I'll buy like 80 shares. Like if I buy, then it'll show like I'm in a trade. But when I'm out of the trade, there's nothing. So when I first opened up this window, I'm like, well, this is a waste of a window, right? There's nothing here. So I'll put this on screen, but that's the best I can do because the other window where I'm looking at level 2, I can't stream this. I can't stream this page here, or else I would. I wouldn't even care, right? But I can't stream like level 2. With YouTube, not really YouTube, but with like Dash Trader. So like to put it on like this, I think it's fine, but like to have it on all day, it's not acceptable. It's not allowed really, or else I'll have to pay the 150 fee for 500 people a month, and I'm not interested in doing that. Right, a lot of you guys aren't even using level 2, so to have that on screen all the time is not good. But I also need this other window up here so I can see where I'm at in the trade if I decide to look over to like see my fill or something, right? So that's why this other window is not down here, because the first day we had this set up, we had this window down at the bottom, but moving my eyes from the top monitor down here to see where I'm filled to look back up is it's silly. Honestly, it's just too much time. It has to be right next to the level 2 so that I can just look over and look back. Even that is like a lot of time, but this one I can have like just down here and make it small, and then have it set. Until I figure out something else maybe. But yeah, stay safe, stay green. I think that's going to be the best bet to do it. But yeah, take care, stay safe, stay green. Tomorrow, 7 a.m., I'll be dialed in for pre-market. All right, catch you guys in the next one.